Hello Stampers, I am going to do a real quick video on the projects that I have sent to you. The first one, and probably your easiest of the three, will be this set of gift tags. This is actually a kit that Stampin' Up! Has currently. It makes 3 of each tag times 5 is, so there's a total of 15 tags. I believe the kit runs $13. This is kind of the instruction sheet. So what I have done is I have taken all the supplies the way that they come, packaged up, and I've divvied everything out for each of you to have, where you will make 1 of each of these 5 tags. Now, a couple things. So I was able, because I used this kit for a recent event I did here in Gatesville, I had quite a few of these instruction sheets. So I sent each of you an instruction sheet, so that'll be pretty cool. And when you open this up, you're gonna see where it says for tag number 1, and it will show you these are the pieces you need, okay? It shows you where to place your dimensionals. And I have cut this greeting thing apart and sent you the greetings that you need. It was in several languages besides English. So that's tag number 1. Tag number 2 is the little snowman, and it's showing you dimensionals on the back. Oh, and the other thing is this is your little gold dots for accents. So on this first tag, there's just 1 placed down there. You could place it somewhere else if you'd like. That's really up to you. On the snowman, there's 3, 1 there and 2 there. Then on the third tag, this one, not that it was tricky, but when you flip your floral spray over, make sure to line it up in this direction and that you're putting your dimensionals on this one area, because when you go to place it on your tag, you don't want it hanging off the dimensional and then catching on this other tag layer below it, okay? And this one also has just 1 gold dot in the center of the flower. Tag number 4 is the wreath. And I'm going to tell you, this was one that when I started to put it together, I went, wait a minute. I actually took one of my dimensionals and cut it in half, because you want to make sure that your dimensionals are behind the part of the wreath, but not too far over the edge, so that the dimensional again catches that other tag layer underneath of it. And then this has 3 of the little gold embellishments as well. And then tag number 5 was pretty straightforward. It was the tree with Noel, and it was just 2 dimensionals on the back. And then I'm trying to think, oh, and 3 of the little gold embellishments. So, and then I just looped through just like they did, and I've pre-cut your twine and everything. You could always take and just tie it and make a bow out of it, and that way you could use the tag. If you're not going to put it on a gift with like a glue dot, you could always put it on the front of a card and turn it into a card. So those are your projects for the gift tags. So your second project is a gift card box, and the cool thing about this box is it folds together with no glue dots, no glue at all, okay? So I'm just gonna go ahead and open this and show you that your to from goes on the inside of the flap, and then this little insert, you just fold it and then it sits down in the box to hold a gift card, okay? But real quick, let me see if I can pop one side open to show you this box going together. Come on, come on. Oh, there we go. Okay. So there's little tabs, that flap kind of tucks down in there. I sure hope I don't mess my box up. Okay, ladies, so with your box, one of the first things you want to do is take, and I think I had to fold it. When you get it, it's going to be kind of like this, because in order to get it in that cello bag, I had to fold it somewhere. So I folded it there. But along all of the fold lines or score lines, you want to go ahead and use your bone folder, make a good crease, fold this good and make a crease, fold the 2 little flaps in. So like I said, bone folder will work well. This one, that, and that. Okay, so that's all of them. So then fold this box up, you're gonna, if this is the lid, you're gonna take this bottom section here, you're gonna fold in the little tiny flaps, pull this up, and also fold the little tiny flaps. So your 4 little tabs are in. This one you wanna do last. So you're gonna do this side, and then you'll push it so that it goes in that little slot that's kind of right there. And then on this one, same thing, push it together, right in that little slot. Then this will secure the front edge. And then I just take my fingers and kind of push it so it goes into the little slots. And then basically your box is together. I love these kind of boxes. So one other little thing that I did do an instruction sheet for you. It's very basic instructions, but the one thing that was difficult because you couldn't really see them were the little Velcro dots. So I found these little tiny Velcro dots. They're maybe 3/8 of an inch, I think. And I've paired yours together. I cannot remember if I cut yours in half or not, okay? But what I did is on the 3rd flap in, I don't know if you can see that, I went ahead and put the loopy one up top, and then I put the soft fuzzy one on the bottom, but I kept both halves together and attached it up here. Then I peeled off the backing, brought it down, and went like this, and then that put that bottom piece here. And the reason I did that is because that's a cute little decorative edge. I didn't want to hide the edge, and I didn't wrap ribbon around it or anything, so I kind of thought that would keep it closed and everything and make it nice, presentable. So this is that new iridescent ribbon. There is a layer of dimensionals underneath of the red and white bird layer. Just use whatever colors you have to color your bird. I use blends, so you can use blends, you can use your regular markers, you can use, you can try to do a little watercolor if you want, or chalk, whatever you like. And then I did do 3 little embellishments on there. When you do attach your DSP strip, you are going to have a little bit of a white border across the top and across the bottom, well, top and bottom, okay, just so you can see that. So I thought that was a really cute thing. And I'm going to show you another idea that I did with that same box. I took a die that cut a window in the front, and then I layered a piece of acetate between the DSP and the box lid. And then I just wrapped some ribbon around it. This time I don't have any Velcro on here, but I think that for the most part that kind of keeps it together. And then I just used one of those tags dies and stamped a little cute Merry Christmas with a little green spray. And then what I did do for the inside, I really liked this idea. You guys have done Hershey Nuggets where you take a 1x3 strip. So this will actually hold 8 Hershey Nuggets. So I just did 1x3 strips. And you know, a lot of times when you use your designer paper, you've got little scraps like that left. A 1x3 is not all that big. So, and then to secure these on the back, I do 2 pieces of, what's the stuff called? Sticky strip. And I do the 1 strip, wrap it around, and I try to wrap it in the direction that the wrapper is going, and then just secure the other end of it. So you attach one to the nugget and then wrap it and attach the other end there. And voila, you got a nice little candy treat to be able to give as a gift, whether it's, you know, like, I don't know, your mailman or UPS guy or your hairdresser or just, you know, an extra little something. So if you did not want to use this as a, quote, gift box, this would be great to use as candy and a candy treat. Now, I just used nuggets. I'm sure there's other candies that you could fit in here as well. I didn't even, you know, right yet. It's early October. They're not quite getting all the, what do you call it, Christmas candy in quite yet. And so, and that's one reason why I do love nuggets, is because you can get those year round. I prefer the ones that don't have nuts, and you know, just so in case somebody has a nut allergy. But so I wanted to share that with you as well. So this is your third project. This is a card, and it's kind of like a technique card. It's called Fractured Technique or a Faux Shutter Technique. I think it's supposed to resemble like a camera shutter when it opens and closes, the aperture. So I do want to point a few things that I figured out from the first card I did, which was this one. And on this one, I started with a square that was rather large. It really, your focal point needs to be a little bit smaller. And in case you're wondering, I think this is one of the stitched squares from the Stylish Shape dies. I use these dies a lot. There's a set of squares, a set of circles, and 4 different banners that are flagged and also stitched. So I do use these a lot. So by this being large, you didn't quite get, see, you lose a little bit of the look of the card. So, and then the other thing is I realized I had used this white glimmer paper for the garland and then used a gold star. I wasn't happy with that. So, because that one wasn't quite right, I redid it. And when I redid it, I wound up with this one, and I just went down one size. Now, I have seen this done where sometimes people will not put an extra layer here. I think it depends on the color of your cardstock and background paper that you're working with. But it's funny, when I first saw this, I was like, how are people doing that? It's really a super, super easy card. So we're gonna pretty much make this a card similar to this. It won't be the exact tree card, but another one that I've had some things laying on my desk that I decided to work with to make this work. So I'll go ahead and get started here. So you will need a folded card base, okay? Just your standard 8.5 by 5.5 folded in half. And then your designer paper, you're gonna have a piece of designer paper, and I cut it, instead of 5 1/4 by 4, I did it 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. Then what I did is I took the same size cardstock rectangle and I put it on the back. And what this is gonna do is it's gonna make this a little bit stiffer. And when I do get ready to show you how to trim this up and put it all together, I'm gonna go ahead and lift this entire piece up on dimensionals. Okay, so you're gonna attach your designer paper, and I did, like I said, I kind of did a basic instruction for this one as well. Now, for this one, the first thing that you're gonna do for your card, it's gonna be this green one. So you're gonna attach your white and green layer together, and then you're gonna place it on your card where you want. I kind of like it, instead of dead center, I like it just slightly up from dead center so that it creates where the top little pieces are a little smaller than the bottom, but you know, you make your card however you would like. You can center it, that's fine. So basically the other thing that I kind of want to do is get this card so that we are sitting just about, that's not quite 2 and not quite 2. Okay, that's good. That just helps me to use my grid paper to get everything lined up about where I would like it. Okay, and then real quickly, we're gonna go ahead and put this down. Now I have something on mine. I would like you to wait to put your tree on after you've put your garland on it and your star. And the other thing is to remember when you go to put this together to make sure that this part of the tree trunk goes down towards the bottom, okay? So this is just gonna kind of help me get this somewhat relatively centered. That's not bad. So what I'm doing is trying to do this point there and this point here, right along that 8. So then this part here is where we're gonna start working on our, you're gonna have, and actually I think I sent you 5 strips. So yours are all, I believe, 5.5 inches long. And what you're gonna do, you are just going to just a very little line of glue, nothing real heavy. And then right up against that red square, you're gonna lay that, and you want it flush right up at this end. And if you want, you can always take another strip to see, oh, looks like I need to scoosh that just a little bit, okay? Very good, okay. So that first one is down. Then we're gonna go to number 2, and this one was, I think, the longest one. And when I decided to do this, you want to work all in like a clockwise direction or all counterclockwise, one or the other. But you want to start and go this way and then do your next one, then your next strip, and then your last strip, okay? All right. Let's go ahead and get some glue on this one. I know this one was the longest one. And then this one, I've got that one to butt that up against, and then just flush it right up there. Let's close up that little gap there. Okay, good. That's what I was worried about, having excess glue. It's sticking to my worksheet area. All right, let's go to the next one. I'm hoping this is enough of it in screen that you can see everything. And then this one, we're gonna flush it there, flush it along the side of the red piece. Okay, and then the very last one. Ooh, that was a lot of glue. Remember, and I think most of you all been crafting long enough to know that a little of this glue does go a long way. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Then from there, you're gonna sit it aside a little bit and let it dry. I think I'll be okay to just go ahead, and then I just flip mine over from the back side. I go ahead and trim that off. That was the first one. This was the second one. Oh, hold on a second. It's terrible. I have to take my glasses off for up close stuff. I thought that's what them darn bifocals were for, but I'm kind of figuring out that, okay, it is what it is. And then that side, and then the very last one. Okay, so basically that's how you get that look. Now, I did notice some ladies used different paper, like maybe two same here and two of the same, so you probably have to start with a piece that's about 2.5 by 3.5 maybe. You'd have to kind of take this measurement to see where this is, and then you probably butt 2 pieces up here, and then you go back and you lay your little strips down, and these are 1/4 inch strips, okay? And then, now I did forget to bring my glue dots out here, so we're just gonna kind of wing this and hope I can get it on there good enough. I'll go back and glue it better later, but I had some like ribbon and kind of frayed those ends a little bit. So that's just to jazz it up a little bit. I did add Wink of Stella to my berries. And then from here, you will just put dimensionals on the back, or you can lay it flat if you want. If you did that, you could have maybe lifted this layer up, but then from here, you'll just go ahead and mount it. And I think this card looks best when your outer edge of your cardstock matches this, your little strips, but that's entirely up to you. So that was just a real kind of on the fly. For you guys, you're just gonna be doing your tree and a couple little things. I've already die cut this. Now this is just in plain white. I did yours in a white shimmer paper basically. So I started with my longest one on the bottom, and you can kind of tell the curve. Now I'm gonna show you this. When I die cut this tree, the die moved a little as it was going through the machine, and it cut off that little tip. So I think in order to use this, I would maybe just trim that little straight edged part a teeny bit. I'd go ahead and do this, and then maybe this, or maybe, yeah, maybe about there, just to kind of, you know, so that you can't quite tell that it had a haircut on that side. So you're gonna have several of these little garlands, 1, 2, 3, 4, there's 5, and each one gets just a little bit shorter. and just lay them on there the way that you want. Now, what I did is I would do one end, and then if I needed to trim, I would just trim the other end, okay? And and when I put these on, what I did is, let's say there's 5 little dots across here. I just did the first one, the end one, and the one in the middle with a little teeny dab of glue, okay? And then just another one there, and let's see, maybe like this, and then another one. So like I said, I went ahead and figured out how much I wanted to use, and don't forget your star will go at the top, okay? So just wanted to kind of share with you about that. And I think everything else is, I did not raise anything up. The people at my post office here in Gatesville are very picky about stuff being lumpy going through the mail. So I've kind of started doing things, unless I'm hand delivering it, I don't use a whole lot of dimensionals. So I went ahead and just did this with glue dots. Okay, I think I did 1, 2, probably 3, 4, 5, and then there's a glue dot on the back of the star. And like I said, I just glued each of these down, and you can kind of see I did 1, 2, 3, 4, and I tried to do it so that it looked like it was going up the tree, but you get the feel of it. So hopefully that answers some questions that you have. And I'm happy now. I got another card for, with our road trip here coming up, I needed to have a couple samples already made so that I can still post on my blog weekly. So for those of you that haven't subscribed, go to AnitaStamps.com and subscribe to my blog. And I probably post 4 to 5 posts in a month. I'm not like 3 and 4 times a week. I don't do anything like that right now. I still struggle with technology. So anyway, if you have any questions about your projects, just reach out to me and I'll do what I can to help you. Okay, thanks, and I hope you enjoy the projects, and hoping we can do something for celebration in January. I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye.